Hello everyone, my name is giaclord and welcome to my channel. So guys, it's been like almost 2 years since I filmed about my green card. Now is the time for me to share to you on how to file the 10 years green card. So as for those who doesn't know yet, if your fiance or if your wife came here in the United States through K1 visa, which they are mandated to do petition to remove conditions on residence, which means we have to do paperwork again after 2 years and within 90 days before our green card expiration. As for my part, my green card expiration will be this coming April, so I need to file my removal of conditions or I-751 within those time limit. So there's kind of like consequences if we fail to file this removal of conditions. One of the major consequences is that we will get deported outside United States. So if we fail to do that, so it is very important, guys, that you will not forget to file I-751. But in any case that there's let's say there's some situation that will not allow you to file within those days, as what I've read, they allow it as long as you submit like a valid reason why it was late, why it was not filed within those 90 days. So going further, by the way guys, my green card is through K1 visa, marriage, and I'm still married with the same person who petitioned me 2 years ago. So in that being said, so I'm just going to go through all of the papers, guys, that we're going to submit, which is today. So you can get all of these things of these papers that I mentioned, not papers, but you will get the checklist of all the things that you need to submit through the USCIS website. They gave us like a checklist on what to file, on how to file it. So at first there the instructions for petition to remove conditions on residence. The first thing you see there is what is the purpose of form I-751. By the way guys, form I-751, that's the form that you're going to fill out in like as an application. And then aside from that form 751, there are some requirements that they need for you to attach with that form. So just go through the website for more detailed and more specific instructions. In closure with the filing, we have to pay certain amount, depends on what kind of filing you are or what category you belong to. As for me, I filed jointly, and then since I am the conditional resident, so I have to pay $85 for the biometric and $595 for the filing itself. So 85 plus 595, guys, that would be the total of the payment that we're going to submit to USCIS. Again guys, as I mentioned earlier, just go to their website and you will see the instruction for petition to remove conditions on residence. So the first 3 pages or 4 pages of the paper is telling you how to fill out the I-751 form. Then the next one is for the filing fee, and then the requirements. So one of the requirements here said, aside from submitting the the form I-751, I had to submit the evidence of our relationship. So aside from filing the I-751 form, guys, I have to attach these following documents. Birth certificate of children born during the time of this marriage, but we don't have children yet within our 2 years of marriage, so I don't need this. This is not applicable for me. The next is lease or mortgage contract showing joint occupancy and or ownership of your communal residence. So we are not leasing anything, but we do have mortgage. So we just bought a house last October and we acquired the mortgage paper from the real estate. So we asked the copy wherein we have our signatures. So that's one of the requirements that's applicable for me. Next is financial record showing joint ownership of assets and joint responsibility for liabilities, such as joint savings and checking accounts with transaction history, complete joint federal and state tax returns, insurance policies that show the other spouse as the beneficiary, joint utility bills or joint installment or other loans. So in this number 3 evidence of relationship, guys, these are very much applicable for me too. So far I got the joint ownership of assets and then the liability. So we have joint savings, joint checking accounts with transaction history from the last 3 months, and then the federal and state tax return, I do have that one, and then the insurance policies. So basically, guys, just the basic documents. So if you have those, then you didn't have a problem seeking for those documents anywhere. You're just gonna like print it out, then attach it on the I-751. Next is other documents that you consider relevant to establish that your marriage was not entered for the purpose of evading U.S. immigration laws. So from what I understand, for what they mean that other documents is that like if you have like a love letter, pictures of traveling together, marriage, wedding pictures, wedding pictures for pictures of both of you with your family or with your friends, that would suffice as an evidence for the relationship. So I think they just like want to make sure that if your marriage is not fake, just because you want to have a green card or you want to stay here in the United States more than what you are allowed. So aside from that, guys, is they also ask for an affidavit sworn to or affirmed by at least 2 people who have known both of you since your conditional residence was granted and have personal knowledge of your marriage and relationship. So for this number 5, guys, it asks for affidavits from whoever you consider as friend or a families, anyone that knows about you and your wife before getting married, after getting married, and within marriage. So for example, do they know your wife, or did you know like kinda about your relationship? So for me, guys, we asked my in-laws to write an affidavit, my mother-in-law and my stepfather-in-law, to write an affidavit sworn that our marriage is not fake, our marriage is real, and it's not only about getting green card. So far, guys, all of these evidences are being attached to this form I-751. So aside from that, I also attach, like, aside from this evidence of relationship that they asked, I feel like obliged, or I feel like it's just me, okay, it's just an optional choice for me to attach further evidence of our relationship. I'm going to attach the I-797, the notice of action. This I-797, guys, if you remember, this is like the approval notice that my green card has been approved, that I am granted to stay in the United States for 2 years with my husband. And aside from that, I'm going to attach the photocopy of my green card. So I will not surrender the original green card, but I will give them the colored photocopy of my green card. Next is what else? So I mentioned earlier the photographs, the pictures. I'm going to attach them to as part of the evidence of our relationship. Then aside from those is I'm going to attach like a government ID. So since I already have a driver's license, so I'm going to attach my driver's license too, as well as my my passport. So I got my passport changed, like I mean the name, because before when I came here, the name of my passport is like my single name. So I went through report of marriage. I report my marriage to the Philippines, and they gave me the passport that has my marriage name on it. So next is my live birth certificate, and then the report of marriage. So I mentioned like a while ago that we reported our marriage to the Philippines, which means like I am married in United States, then I am my status in Philippines is married too. So I am going to attach this one. If you're from the Philippines, guys, if you went through report of marriage, maybe you can attach the report of marriage certificate too, together with your I-751. Then, and of course, I'm going to attach the copy of our marriage certificate. And then, lastly, the affidavit. Oh, I mentioned this earlier. The affidavit and the mortgage, the utilities bill. So, all of this. So, basically, guys, the supporting evidence of my relationship with my husband is the marriage certificate, the report of marriage, my birth certificate, my government IDs, then my green card, and what was the first one? The I-797. So I'm going to update you guys if there are any changes after we file this one. And also please remember to double check all the documents you submitted or you're going to submit. Double check the form I-751. Make sure that there's no no important information you overlooked, because the money that you're going to pay to them will not be back. So for example, we will file this I-751 or removal of condition, and then unfortunately I missed the evidence, or I missed one of the evidences, or something like that. I missed out something that's very important, so they're going to send back my documents but not the money. So which means I have to file again and I have to pay again. So please take note on that, and always remember to fill out eligibly, or you can just type it in the computer with their forms. So yes guys, and good luck to me. So hopefully it will not take forever for them to get back to me after I'm going to file this. So if you have any questions guys, please comment down below and I'll try to answer everything that you ask me as long as I know the answer. Stage of filing my removal of conditions. Okay, there's no results yet, it's just my first step. So that's all guys. So I hope this video is very helpful to you in any ways, and I hope that I am able to share to you the important things that needs for you to know. If you like this video guys, please share it to those who you know that needs this information, and don't forget to subscribe. So I'll see you in my next video.